This video is a guide for Georgia Tech engineering students tasked with the construction of a perfect cube. The method described will divide the process into three parts: first creating a 2D grid, second cutting out the grid, and third folding and assembling the final cube. The final cube should be 4 inches in height, width, and length within a 0.03 inch tolerance. Before beginning, you will need the following materials: 1 sheet of Bristol board, an X-Acto knife, a foam-backed ruler, digital or analog calipers, a pencil, and some glue. We will start by making the 2D grid that will act as the template for the 3D cube. First, extend the caliper to ½ an inch, ensuring the dial is at 0. On the short side of the Bristol board, measure ½ an inch from the edge. Mark this spot. Repeat for the opposite side of the board. On the short side of the Bristol board, measure 3.97 inches from the ½ inch mark spot. Continue down along the edge, marking 2 more 3.97 inch segments. Repeat this for the opposite side of the Bristol board. Connect the marks you just made by using your foam-backed ruler to make the vertical lines of the 2D grid. Measure 3.97 inches from the edge on the long side of the Bristol board. Mark this spot. Make 3 more marks at 3.97 inch intervals along this long side of the board. Repeat this for the opposite side of the Bristol board. Set the caliper to 1/2 an inch and make a mark ½ inch from the last mark made. Repeat this for the opposite long side of the board. Connect the marks you just made using your foam-backed ruler to make the horizontal lines of the grid. Locate line 1 and 2 within the grid as shown here. Measure ½ inch above line 1 and below line 2, marking each spot. Draw horizontal lines at each spot using your foam-backed ruler. You now have created your 2D grid. Now it is time to cut out your 2D grid. Warning, the X-Acto knife is very sharp. Use caution when cutting. To make the cuts, first place your ruler over the lines at the location seen here. Lightly press the X-Acto knife against the edge of the ruler. Maintain constant pressure and drag the knife down the length of the line. You may have to repeat this step a few times to fully cut through the Bristol board. Once you have cut out your template, cut 45-degree angles on the edges of the tabs. Now your 2D template is complete. Now it is time to fold the template. To make the folds, place the ruler over the lines at the location seen here. Press the non-blade side of the X-Acto knife against the edge of the ruler. Maintain constant pressure and drag the handle of the knife against the edge of the ruler. Repeat this step a few times to ensure a good crease. Fold up at the creased line so that the pencil mark is on the inside of the fold. Once all folds have been made, you are ready to assemble. To assemble, begin by squeezing a thin line of glue on the top of a flap. This is the side where there are no pencil marks. Using your finger or a scrap of paper, thinly spread this glue over the entire flap. Press the glue side of the flap to the inside of the adjacent side. Continue to hold pressure until the flap stays in place. Repeat this process for every flap until cube is assembled. Allow time to dry before testing. The cube should not fit through the no-go side of the gauge, but should only fit through the go side. We hope you enjoyed creating your cube and learning valuable model building skills. Keep up the good work.